Guys, I just had this weirdest conversation with this old man named Judd. And you ain't gonna believe what he said.
What do you say?
Dude, he's talking about Stephen King's Pet Sematary from 1989, and he actually agrees with the Rotten scores for that movie because he even freaking threw out that phrase of sometimes dead is better, especially with shitty horror movies. And I told him that he was wrong and that we need to discuss this and how wrong it is right now.
Oh, let's freaking fix it.
The bogeyman's in the corner.
Danger, danger!
This is it. Don't get scared now.
What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting. We have the good reels you don't have to. So, boy, Brad, the Brett Manser over there, Chris is underneath us. Welcome back to Rotten Reaction segment. We take our favorite horror movies, read those Rotten reviews, and determine if it is accurate. Today, we are doing Pet Sematary from 1989. Brett Man and Chris, we're here to do it. We're talking about it because it has a 53% on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics. And a 59 from the audience. What the hell is going on? This is a beloved horror movie from a lot of people in the genre.
Yeah, like this freaking one, like on my 80s list, it's in my top 10 80 horror movies of all time. So I was just like, what? When I saw these numbers, absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what is going on, but I can tell you one thing for sure. The consensus is this. Pet Sematary is a bruising horror flick that wears its quirks on its sleeves to the detriment of its scare factor. I disagree.
Chris, what do you got to say about that?
Just to go fuck yourself, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, not you directly. I just mean that general consensus. It's not an idea.
We know you meant me too, but it's okay.
No. Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with that at all. What do you think?
Yeah, no, not me either. So we're gonna prove why with these ridiculous comments we got here.
Let's start off with a couple good things, guys, because we've done a couple of these now. I'm starting to recognize some of these assholes. We gave Dustin Putman a hard time in the last one, so I wanted to go ahead and give him a shout out here. He's moving up a little bit on the rankings of my favorite critics. He says haunting, sorrowful, eerie. Above all, Pet Sematary is a remarkably mature and thought-provoking look at the mysterious nature of death and complexity of grieving process. 4 out of 4. Thank you for that, Dustin.
My man Dustin.
We also gave Scott Weinberg a hard time. A true blue bruise of a horror flick packed with unsettling images, shocking demises, and wonderfully apt sense of macabre humor. That's a 4.5 out of 5. Again, thanks, Scott.
Man, Scott, you just evolved from a wiener to a Weinberg. My man.
All right, now, Brett, man, let's get into the good stuff.
Sean Moreau from Flickering Myth. I bet this refutes the myth, but we'll give it a shout out here. One of the stargier King adaptations of its period, Pet Sematary 1989, squanders much of its promise with cardboard performances, flat direction, and a dire lack of both emotional heft and chilly mood. He saw the part of the movie where Zelda, where it's freaking chilly mood as shit, and then freaking little Gabe, and he got freaking ran over by a 14-wheeler. Is that not emotional? Like, shut up, Sean.
What is a 14-wheeler, man?
It's an 18-wheeler with 4 flat tires. It's no big
deal. Oh,
okay, cool.
It's a myth.
Sorry, Chris, you want to do this guy, Chuck?
You bet. Nice work there, trying to use the Mickey Rourke photo as his own strange thing there. I was just about to go with the bird quote. That is not my bird. A dull Stephen King adaptation that is neither scary or enjoyably dumb. Matinee magazine. Go fuck yourself. I think it's both of those things, man. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Well, it's not supposed to really be enjoyable. It's a dark freaking movie, man, and just not scary. Like, again, did he skip the scene with Zelda? Because I bet he did, and he's a pussy for it.
and let's not forget about Victor Pascal. He used to scare the shit out of me as a kid. That guy was scary as hell with his look and stuff. Now we're here with Matt Brunson.
Hey, John Cusack, great value.
From the film Frenzy. The premise is fascinating, but the lead and direction, weak performances from the leads, and King's frequently campy interludes pretty much sink this one. I do concur about the weak performances. They're not the best. There's some good stuff, though. But the direction, I think, is really solid in this thing.
Yeah, direction great, and for this movie, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 with that 0.5 deduction. I agree, it is some of the other weak performances, so I do agree with that part. But no, the direction from King and the director, I thought it was great.
All right, well, we will see what Jerry's got to say, Brett, man.
All right, let's see here. Freaking Jerry Shamray from Your Movies. Thank you. I'm not sure if it's my movies, but from Cleveland.com saying, another awful Stephen King adaptation. Just probably a Stephen King hater. So next.
Oh, do this one too, Bretman. That one's short. Let's see what
All
Steve's
right.
got to say.
Oh, Steve Newton from Georgia Strait. Funny, whatever. But anyways, without any real scares, there's no reason at all for this movie to exist. No, because this movie has an amazing, great concept to a horror movie. And I feel like, could the execution be a little bit better? Sure. But I thought just the idea for this movie was terrific.
Yeah, man. I mean, come on. There's no one is having fun with these, and that's what this bugs me so bad.
I know it's got some campiness to it, sure, but it's got some good themes, messages to it, some things like that going on. Again, like about death and about everything like that. Really well written shit that Stephen King put in the novels transferred over to this. And again, some of the scariest shit. Zelda and Victor Pascal were both always freaking me out when they go on the nighttime walk in the middle of the night and get their feet all dirty. Chris, take this one away.
Yeah, man. Here, Felix Vasquez Jr. from Cinema Craze says, a silly and tedious horror drama. It's almost as silly and tedious as that fucking anime photo of you, sir.
Yeah, like at least you said one that we already recognize. I don't recognize what the hell that is.
I don't really know.
It looks like a Wish Peter Griffin. Great value, Peter Griffin.
I don't really know what's freaking silly or tedious about a freaking 3-year-old getting freaking waffled by a truck, but whatever. We'll keep on going.
Did you say waffled?
Yeah. Try this one here too.
Reduced to its plot outlines, King's work no longer functions. Its meaning lies in the obscure tensions and anxieties that shape the fantasy, not in what happens, but why. Chicago Tribune. Dave Kerr,
Top
whatever,
critic.
rating 2 out of 4. Top critic, wow. He really knows his shit, except he doesn't.
He doesn't know shit. Nah, I'm not going to say that.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of these guys are trying to make this seem like it's an empty story, man. But I think that it's actually it hits home pretty hard, especially by the end of it. Like Brad said, watching the kid get waffled there. And like you just to echo what you said before, I mean, there's some heavy themes in here, and it's just kind of strange that the general idea here is that it's just empty. There's not,
Yeah, and plus death is always just a touchy subject too, and but it's perfect for the horror movie to exploit those great questions. Is sometimes dead better, or we don't know, if we try to bring them back to life, if would they act normal or would they act how they did in this movie? You just don't know, and this movie just asks all those good questions.
And it makes you ask questions about yourself too. It's like, what would you do if your freaking kid gets waffled? Are you gonna and you know that you could bring him back to life, but they're gonna be a little bit strange afterwards. But you don't know to the extent of the strangeness. Are you gonna take the gamble or no? I think that's a good question. I think that's a lot of people want to think about that. Ed Gonzalez here from the Apollo Guide, top critic. Aside from its blatant foreshadowing, the main problem with Pet Sematary is it hit you over the head approach to the character's inability to let sleeping dogs lie. Just what I was getting into. This is different for everybody. It depends on what would you do in this situation? You're going to ask yourself these questions. You're going to be like, am I going to do this? Can I bring them back to life? Because I think a lot of people would. I think a lot of people would do exactly what Mr. Cree did in the movie and try to bring your kid back and then your wife back later. I think that's a totally reasonable reaction to the grief and the trauma that they went through.
Yeah, absolutely agree on that. Like for Brad's statement, not freaking Gonzalez here.
Oh yeah, Gonzalez can fuck himself.
Also, his rating is 40 out of 100. I mean, come on, who's
That's
doing
almost
ratings like that?
50%.
Who does
Yeah, but
that?
who's-
Okay, this
who's
guy.
doing it out of 100. I mean, let's go with 5. Let's go with 10, maybe.
4 out of
100.
10. Yeah, like.
Yeah, this is so.
Yeah, and he did this in July 25, 2001, which computers weren't even fucking working yet. Brett, man, you take this one away.
Oh my gosh, John J. Oh, you just want me to mispronounce his last name, but I'm happy to. Paccio from Movie Metropolis saying, one of the most
Familiar
witness horror movies I've sat through. Essentially a zombie ghost story that's woefully predictable throughout. It's not, I wouldn't say it's predictable, but
yeah,
come
not
on, man.
not
but it's-
wholly predictable anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, so you mean Wholly? No, I'm just messing with you. But essentially a zombie ghost story. Well, I don't think it's necessarily a ghost, but definitely zombies.
Yeah, there's zombies in there for sure, but it's different. Again, it makes you ask questions. James, this is for you, Chris.
Sanford from the Kalamazoo Gazette says, "Eek! A junkie book becomes a dreadful movie. 0 out of 5? Are you fucking kidding me?
Fuck
Oh
off.
Yeah, come on, man.
This is a
I'm
great
glad
book.
he didn't even put his picture
Yeah.
in there.
He doesn't need to because he's from the Kalamazoo Gazette, and
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
this is from one of the best writers. The book is one of the best writers in American history, at least when it comes to horror. And again, great character stuff, and the movie is really well done. It's a great adaptation.
We'll just go around the clock, me, Chris, and Brad. Overall thoughts about this movie and those Rotten reactions. Those reactions probably smell a lot worse than the actual people getting brought back to life and the way they smell. These reactions smell a lot worse. I'm not sure what the hell they were watching. I don't think they even watched the Zelda scenes when they're talking about it not being scary. I feel like this movie is scary, and like Brad's been saying, it asks good questions about ourselves and other people, and this movie is absolutely great. One of the best horror movies that ended the 1980s run of horror movies.
And what percentage do you think it shall be?
Oh yeah, we let's see here. If it's 53, I would just to be fair, I would do like around between 80 85.
Yeah,
I
I
like
think I would expect it to be somewhere around 80 as well. And I agree with everything that Brett just said. I won't harp on it too much or repeat. I don't understand the idea that it's empty. I think that it has the emotional stakes in the movie, I think, are there. It has that some weight to it there, like you talked about with asking questions and things, and just the ideas that are presented throughout, and it holds up. And that's one of the things that I really like about it is that it is still kind of creepy and scary, and definitely better than the fucking remake.
Yes, if you want to talk shit, the Rotten reviewers, if you want to talk shit about that remake.
Yeah, maybe that's
I'll
the
jump-
one that they're actually reviewing.
I think there was definitely some confusion there because I concur. You guys said it all. I think it's way better than what these guys are saying. I think it's one of the better Stephen King adaptations. I think it's one of the better horror movies of the 80s. And yeah, I think it's good. There's a lot of good themes, and to me, I would put it around 80, 85, probably an 85. I'd get 85 is good.
Yeah,
80, let's go 80.
Yeah,
82.
there you go. So, guys, what did you think about these Rotten reactions for Stephen King's Pet Sematary from 1989? Do you agree with those critic reviewers, or do you think those reviewers should, because again, sometimes dead is better? Let us know in that comment section down below, and let's get that discussion rolling.
And if you want to find the good reels, you can just about find us on Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, Twitter. Those links are for you to find down below.
Absolutely, and be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe. And of course, Chris, where can they do that bell?
Ring ding ding.
Damn right. And so ring that bell so y'all know when the next set of Rotten reactions and other videos are up and running. And until then, I am going to make sure not to frickin' put anybody in that cemetery, and I'm just going to enjoy me a nice cold beer.
Brett, I hope if I
Ooh.
die, you bring me back in the cemetery.
Oh,
No,
buddy.
hell no, I'll leave your ass dead. I'll bring Chris back.
Hey, man. Well, thank you, Birdie. I appreciate that. Brad, it's me. I'm your amigo. I'll fucking
I'm
go.
your pal. Well, then,
Okay,
Chris, you
here
bring
we
me
go.
back after that.
Well,
Okay,
I'll
man,
make sure
deal.
y'all never walk again. Never walk again. Never walk again.
Never get out of bed again. Never get out of bed again.